What the hell is 70 din? No, Bert. What the hell are you doing? Echo, echo. Yeah. So here we are back in the spring, YouTube, and it's time, finally, after a long wet winter, to get this workshop painted. At the moment, it looks like this. But it'll soon look like this. I'm gonna paint this with something I've never used before, and I'm scared because I'm used to a paintbrush and a roller, or, you know, but I'm gonna use this, and I've never used one before. Parkside paint gun. I don't even know what HVLP stands for. This could be way less efficient than a roller and a paint tray. And that's my suspicion. I'm a little bit skeptic of using these things. Probably why I haven't ever used one. I'm going to give it a bash. And why not give it a bash in a workshop where, let's be honest, it doesn't really matter if it goes right in here, does it? Well, it does to a certain extent. But first of all, we've got to get rid of all this stuff. So looking at this, I've got to check the 70 din sec. What the hell is 70 din per second? I'm going to have to Google this. So din 70 means that it should take less than 70 seconds for the paint you're using to come out of the provided viscosity cup thing. Really nervous about this, but I don't know why. I mean, it's only a workshop, outside space, whatever, but... Right, let's check the viscosity of the cover stain, because that's the primer we're going to put on. Okay. Ooh, let's get a timer. That wasn't a good idea. No, but what the hell are you doing? Oh my God, what a mess. There's only a bit at the bottom left. Feels like it slows right down at the end here. Got 60 seconds and 4, 5, 6. Yes, bang on. It's taken me some time to get to this point. Is it going to be worth it? That's the question. Facing forward. So this is what 1 litres done, which is literally just under a wall. Now I've got 5 litres, and it says 10 square metres per litre. So that ain't gonna cut it. Has this worked? Absolutely not. I would never use this with solvent-based paints ever again. I don't know what I would use it with. I think it's probably just, you're better off using a brush. Right, now I've got to clean it because I'm not gonna use it. What a pain. Yep. This is why I don't do decorating. I think what I'm doing is right. Right, so while I'm cracking on with putting this stuff on, the cover stain, I'll explain to you a little bit about why I'm putting it on. Basically, it seals the wood, so whatever paint you put on top of it after, nothing's going to come through. And also, it'll inhibit stuff going the other way, so moisture, damp, all that sort of thing. Now, what I'm putting on now is called Perma White, right? And it's a moisture resistant paint. And this basically is made for bathrooms or any sort of areas that have trouble with mold. Now, this is like very expensive stuff. But essentially, like you've seen in my previous videos, I've not put a vapor barrier within the walls here because I didn't want to do that. And I was going to paint it anyway, so why not paint the moisture barrier on top, which is essentially what this is going to behave as, moisture barrier. But it's going on really well over the cover stain. Now onto the gaps. Now I'm keeping this simple with the gaps. I'm putting caulk in there. And you'll see me talking in a minute how unsure I was at the time, but it's come out not too bad. That's all the gaps dealt with. I've done it with caulk. Was that the right thing to do? It's either that or silicone. Echo. Yeah. Well, it's done now, and we'll find out whether that was the right thing to do with that. It was the right thing to do. So here's why. Because, as you can see, I'll give you a little close-up there. That has gone on fantastic. There's no cracking. Even though you get movement in wood, this stuff has been on for 2-3 weeks now, and it still looks really good. I'm really happy with it. When I was doing the painting process, I was kind of not sure about whether spending all that money on the paint was the right thing to do. But in the end, I think it was, because it's going to give me a bit of peace of mind when it comes to fighting any sort of mold or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's turned out all right. The roller is definitely the thing to go for if you're doing normal decorating. I'd stay away from paint sprayers because it's so much of a faff and it's more hassle than what it's worth. It uses, well, certainly from my experience, it used way too much paint and yeah, really messy. Use a roller instead. I would use the paint sprayer for outside stuff like fences or gates or anything like that. No trouble at all, because, you know, it's outside. You've got minimal fuss. Don't have to mask everything off or whatever, like you would in a house. You can see shelves. New video coming up soon. And I know it looks like a tip right now, but over here I'm gonna put some more shelves and everything's gonna look more organized. It's also gonna be a miter saw station, a cart for that bandsaw. Honestly, it's gonna be top drawer. This is a tiny workshop, right? It's about 12 by 10, but the way I'm gonna plan things out in here is gonna save me so much hassle moving things about. I'm gonna have a bench on wheels, but it's a bench that can tidy away as well. So I'm really looking forward to doing some of this stuff and showing you all my ideas. Scooby-Doo. Ciao for now.